How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. First off, Merry Christmas, Happy Xmas to everyone who celebrates. It's Christmas Eve. I know in Germany, for example, people celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. And also, Happy Holidays to you, Seamus, because I'm not alone today. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
No good relevant time of day to us?
You just said it for me.
Fair enough. I was trying to save the proper catchphrase just for you.
Fine.
Anyway,
Good relevant time of day to you all.
I'll say one of your catchphrases for you in a second. Don't worry. Anyway, guys, the reason Seamus is here and we're doing this fun video for Christmas is for a couple reasons. There are 2 more holiday promo codes that came out. These aren't personal codes to me. It's possible you've seen them elsewhere. I haven't seen them posted too much, so I did want to get that out there. Stay tuned to the end of the video. It's not going to be that long of a video, and I'll have both those codes for you. I actually haven't used them yet, so we'll plug them in at the end of the video. But Seamus and I, the reason Seamus is here, we are doing a legendary drop rates project. So if you've missed that, this is our second update, and this will be our final update because we almost have enough submissions to have total statistical significance and relevance. I can't believe it. We're coming up on a thousand submissions. So Seamus is going to break all that down pretty darn soon. To catch people up to speed, very briefly, it is blatantly obvious, patently obvious that the rates in this game are uneven. So what do I mean by that? We're not questioning whether or not the rates, when you go here, let's just go to the Frostfall summons in the details, the rates they list, we do believe it's 0.04% to get a Legendary Lord, or 0.46% to get a normal Legendary, or when there's a 2x, we do believe, and we've confirmed that it is doubled, right? That stuff works. What isn't going on here, guys, this is from the gold summons, right? We're not questioning any of this stuff. Here's the 2x that I wanted to show. What we are saying is it's certainly not an even distribution. You don't have the same chance to get Valkyra and Comet and Aelin and Cratch and Virna and Hotsit. There's a big variance, and they seem to have different base rates. So we've been aggregating data, and boy, have we been aggregating. So let's kick it off. Seamus, are you hungry for more data?
Feed me more data. Feed me.
All right, guys, let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So, as you can see, Seamus and I have been aggravating, and it's all with the help of you guys. This is very much a community source, a community-powered project. We're doing our own data gathering, it's the only way to really put it, our own aggregation to figure out what the actual rates are, because there are clearly hidden, uneven distributions that lie. We did this for our Epic Drop Rates project. We proved that conclusively. Crazy variance depending on from hero to hero, and we're proving that right now with legendaries. So I'm going to hand this over to you, to my hungry statistician over here, but I just want to scroll through so everyone can see, look how many submissions we've already gotten. This is a tremendous response. We got about 400 responses for our Epic project. We're already at 881. So Seamus, tell us why, tell me and the people why we need more responses and how many more responses, and why we're making this video to try to make sure we hit the number we're looking for.
So, the more responses we get, the more confident we can be that what we say is real. And in statistics, you generally want between 1,012 and 1,015 responses before you can be absolutely 100% certain what you've got is right. And you guys have been giving us the data we need. We're at 880 responses, and fantastic job, guys. We have only one piece of bad data.
Yeah, is that still highlighted in here? That I can? Did you
That's still
already cut that out?
in there.
Okay, I'll show that.
I'll contact the person. I've got no response from them.
So you guys can see here, row 1 is the information, right? These headings, but row 2 is the first submission, which is what I did in the launch video, right? When I showed people how to do it, I can link that video if people want to see instructions on how to submit the form. The form will also be linked in the description of this video, and of course in the top pinned comment, as well as all of Seamus's socials and his YouTube channel if you guys want to check him out. But you can see here, so number 2, line 2 was me. If we go all the way to the bottom, let's see if we find that bad data on the way, so I can stop and point that out, because there's really only one. It's easy to miss. It should be highlighted red if I'm not.
Red.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. So there's one. So if you're watching at Bad Touch, you made a mistake. So this is literally just some kind of user error in the input. If we look here, but how amazing is that? Out of 880, we only had one mistake, one kind of instance of human error. That's incredible.
Yep.
We go all the way to the bottom. You can see this goes all the way up to 881. Like we said, I started at 2. That means we have had 880 submissions. So to get to that great statistically significant number that you're describing, Seamus, we need, let me do some quick math. We need 132.
Sorry, 133.
132 since we're at 80, right?
Oh yeah.
So we at least 130. Let's go for 150 or 200 or 300. It's still the more the merrier. You want to try to give us a dumbed down version of what a confidence interval is and what statistical significance is, just so people understand why we're so hungry for more data, and we're not just trying to push out more content. This is important that we hit this number.
So the thing is, we're getting some what are called outliers. Things like there was one person who has pulled 15 Rozucks, which is absolutely insane, considering...
It must have been Hertz and Bambi, I bet. I know she pulls them all the time.
And that's been almost half their legendary pulls.
Wow. Actually, let me do a quick...
Outlier.
That's a crazy outlier, right? That's like an extreme event. That's also, if people want, we can also make a separate video. So basically what we're doing right now is we're trying to hit this quota to limit the outliers, as you're about to explain. I'm going on a brief tangent here, and then we're going to have a video where we publish a study. We'll do a written study that I submit to the devs, as well as a video study, so everyone can interact with it and watch it in like a nice digestible way that doesn't want to read the 5 to 7 page document that our team's going to create. But if people also want, we can make a follow-up video after that, just pointing out crazy things we found along the way, like this one person who's pulled 30 legendaries and 15 of them are Razak, right? So that's an outlier. So how does a large sample size, that's what you call this population data, how does that limit outliers?
It doesn't limit them, it smooths the curve for them.
That's what I mean.
So somebody has pulled 15 Razaks, which is really big if you have a small data sample. But when you have over 1,000 data samples, that isn't as significant as it sounds. So the more data you get, the more outliers you have, but that also sort of evens out in what it is. Yep.
Because then there's more variance among the outliers, so it kind of nullifies the crazy events as well. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I just want to see if we can find it. I'm sure it's her. She talks about it a lot. Let's see. Look at that, guys. Look at that. 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, and then 15 Razaks. So if you go up, it's hard to read here, but if you go here, you can see. If we click this Legendary Marksman thing, under Legendary Marksman, this links to our sheet. This is Razak. That is unreal. Pretty crazy
there's been
stuff.
A couple of other similar things, but that is the biggest outlier that I've spotted so far.
So we can come through that. People, let us know in the comments if you're interested. We can certainly look for like the 5 craziest things we found, count to count. We'll obviously ask. I know Bambi, so I'm sure we'd have her permission to show that. We can ask people's permission to show their data, or we can always black out the names. But yeah, so that's the accepted number in statistics. You want at least about 1,012. The more the merrier, right? It's only going to get smoother as we populate this sheet and we get more and more data. But basically, we have enough that we have some amazing early conclusions, but to make them just move on from very, very good guesses to very strong statistics, we do need that extra 130 plus. So should we give them a little taste, my friend?
Before we get onto that, as people have been pointing out, there's a lot of the new heroes aren't on the sheet. So from Kai onwards aren't in the sheet. We know we're not adding them to the sheet because they're not going to make a difference to the numbers that we have.
Yeah, guys, so if you want to know, we're not going to be able to until we find a better way to get through their API or whatever and literally draw data from them, which I am working with someone. There's a little teaser. I'll tell you about it after the call, Seamus. It's kind of crazy. Until we have something like that. Oh, you know about it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's a little teaser for you guys.
It is very, very juicy.
It's very juicy, especially if you like what we're doing with the Infernal Pack and the Cultist Pack. By the way, the Infernal Pack just came out, so go find that video and submit. We have a Google form where we're tracking that. Very good data so far. You can actually see it.
Link as well.
Yes, I'll put that in the link. You can see we're gathering the data. It will start populating as soon as we make it go live, but we've already gotten 90 submissions or 89 submissions, so that's pretty good. Thank you, guys. I hope you all got what you wanted. But yeah, until we can comb it, right, all we can do is relate it to what we have, the history, right? So we're not going to be able to get strong data on Kai because he's going to show up much less because he's been in the game for a much shorter time. But we can draw great comparisons among OG heroes, right? The original heroes in the game. Yep. So we can draw a very strong thing basically from every Arrogance was like the second weekend in the game, or third weekend, fourth weekend. So anything from Arrogance earlier, that's relevant to us, right? We'll have data on other things like Hex and stuff too, but when we do have when we make our report, the comparisons will be comparing, Hotsit to Nyx or something, right? And those kind of heroes that have been in the game the whole time, not Hotsit to Allura, who's on, you know what I mean? We can point out funny things we see with that stuff, but those are the people we're comparing. And when it comes to things like 10x and 2x and controlling 2x won't really matter because it's not changing the rate to get specifics. But 10x, that's something where we can control, because there's been a lot of 10x. Of course, it's not even who pulls when, but we also have some heroes that have never had a 10x, so we can compare them, and we can also have a few other controls we're doing behind the scenes. So have we explained it well enough, Mr. Statistician? Can we give them a little taste?
Yes, we can give them a taste.
Okay, so let's give you guys a taste, some early numbers, some little teaser numbers. Obviously, these numbers are only going to get stronger as we get more submissions, so please, if you have not submitted yet, it only takes like literally 3 minutes tops. It's very fast. You can watch my video in the link that I explain it. So first off, let's actually start with the healer thing, because I do think this is more relevant. The other one's just more of an interesting peculiarity. But if we look here, these are the 4 non-exclusive healers you can get in the game. So you can see there's a few that aren't here, so that being Leia, who's got her own rates. She's got legendary lord rates, and then Dasomi and Carnelian are unique because they can only be pulled from ancient shards. So we do have those numbers here, ancient summoning crystals, but we're comparing the 4 normal heroes. And it is worth knowing, we can even like bold and underline Aelin right here. She's someone we can kind of disregard for what we just described, like when it comes to like comparing Hotsit to Allura, right? Aelin's brand new. Aelin came out like 6 weeks ago. She came out during Falsia's exclusive, I think about 6 weeks ago, whereas Eluin, Ezrein, and Sadie are like OG heroes. They've been in the game since launch. So Eluin, Sadie, and Ezrein is a very interesting source of comparison. You want to tell people what we're looking at here in this little bar graph we made?
So if it's 100% for all 4 of them, you can see that quite clearly. Getting Ezrein and Sadie is more than twice as likely as pulling an Eluin. So yes, there's definitely something odd there.
It's at this point we can conclusively say you are more likely to get them. However, with over 1,012, we could say this is probably what Eluin's base rate is. You know, you can see among all legendaries, you can say if you know you're pulling a legendary, Eluin's rate is just about 1.36%, while as the other ones are going to be 3.6 and they're probably around 3.5 or 3.6%. You know, and what you can also say is you're over twice as likely to get Ezrein than Sadie. Or get Eluin than Sadie, or Eluin than Ezrein, and that's kind of insane. And I mean, this is no coincidence, right? Eluin is the strongest healer in the game. Ezrein is a solid healer. Sadie has her niche uses that she's very strong in, but all in all, she's solid. Eluin is game-breaking when you get her. As someone that got her recently, the hype is real. Aelin, and this is just a pure, so she's only been out for 6 weeks. Actually, these are the raw numbers here. You see, these are the percentages among all healers. These are percentages among all legendaries. These numbers over here, I can zoom in a bit for you guys so you can see it a little clearer. These numbers are of the submissions we have, the total numbers of Eluin, the total numbers of Aelin, total numbers of Ezrein, right? You can see, actually, even though Aelin's only been in the game for 6 weeks, and Eluin's been in the game for what now? Over 4 months since the game launched, July 14th. We're coming to Christmas Eve right now. The game's been out for a long time now. People have already almost pulled Aelin as much as Eluin. What's the math here? So it's 119 of a difference. You know, that's not so crazy, even though Aelin's had far less time. So her rate's clearly higher than Eluin's too. And what's really interesting, so that's 119. If you double Eluin, that'd be 688. If we doubled the amount of Eluins people had got, we'd still be closer. From that doubling, we'd be farther away to Ezrein or to Sadie than we are from where Eluin currently stands to Aelin, which is like insanity to me. I don't know. Any final thoughts on this, Seamus?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and we have a lot of instances like this, guys, because obviously many viewers, many friends in the game, Seamus and I, we had our own hypotheses on this is what it feels like the rates are. It feels like Eluin's rare, and now we're proving it. We have many examples, right? It might feel like it's more common to pull Razak than Hotsit, or Nyx than Hotsit, right? Let's do that as an example. Well, let us tell you it is. It might feel like it's more common to pull Abomination than Salazar. Let us tell you, it really is. So we've got one little fun thing that I'll articulate here. These are the legendary lords. Fun little thing we found. They're about even. If you look here, obviously with these little slivers, as you can see, that's Demi, that's Elder, that's Soul Cadence, that's Cyrus, these tiny little slivers. This is a nice little pie chart Seamus made for us. That's because they're ancient exclusive, right? They're much rare, and they're all much newer. So they're going to be far rarer. However, we have the OG legendary lords that aren't just ancient exclusive. You get them from ancient summons, you get them from legendary summoning crystals, you get them from rare summoning crystals, right? They are the ones of note here. So if we're comparing like Twin Fiend to Aracha to King Hearts to Torador to Leia to Iax to Morgan to Venoma, right? Also of note, Gon, he's ancient exclusive, but he's been out much longer. That's why his number is going to be a lot higher than Cyrus and the like. But these are pretty similar, right? 13.4, 11.3, 11.1, 10.7, right? They're all falling in this. I believe the lowest is going to be Morgan at 10.2, and I believe the highest is Aracha at 13.4. So they're all falling in a pretty tight range. We have less data on this, but it's strong data because we still had so many individual unique submissions. And I think something very interesting, if you take those OG Legendary Lords, the ones that have been in the game since launch, everybody from Aracha to Iax, that group, those 8, it's very strange. Who's the rarest, Seamus?
Morgan.
Who's the only one to ever get a 10x, Seamus?
Morgan.
So pretty weird, right, guys? You would think if anyone had a spike, it wouldn't be Aracha or Twin Fiend over 13%. You'd think it'd be Morgan. The only Legendary Lord I've ever pulled on my account was from an Ancient and was Morgan, and it was during her 10x, right? But no, she's the rarest somehow, even though she's the only one to have ever gotten a 10x. A peculiarity, a very interesting thing, but this is strong data. We have a lot of submissions. We have 880 submissions. So this data, guys, this is a good note to end on, and then I'll let you have your closing thoughts on. This data is only going to get stronger as we get more responses. We are really, really expecting at least 132 more. If you don't want to share the video, because if you're not my biggest fan or you don't want to make people watch the video, just share the form. We don't care. We don't care about the views. That's not why we're doing this. We just want to have strong data for our study. And I have contacts at Moonton. I have a strong contact. My last study, they watched and read it. This one's going to be even stronger. We're going to have over 1,000 submissions. So not only do we have a pretty staggering number of unique submissions, but this adds up to, because we have for fun just to get a number and get a sense of how many summons we're accounting for. We've tracked the total number of legendaries, obviously. So all the legendaries you guys submitted that you guys have summoned and pulled on your account. We also have the total number of summons. You see, what is your summon numbers total? If you haven't seen the form yet, we have very clear instructions on how to do that. I also show you in that video, so that link will be available. But my sweet God, how big is this number, Seamus?
So, total summons is over 1,757,600.
Guys, that is insane. Look at these numbers right here. I just highlighted them. Let me bold them as well. We've accounted for, from all those 800 submissions, we've accounted for over 25 legendaries. And if you just count all the summoning that people have done, if we do a summation of that, a total of that, it's over 1.7 million. If we get some more submissions, we will have over 2 million summons accounted for. That cannot be denied. So help us out here. Thank you so much, Seamus. Thanks for coming on. I always love having you on and hearing that beautiful Irish lilt of yours.
You're most welcome.
And my friends, do not think I forgot about those promo codes. Those are going to be Happy Xmas and 2023 Best Wishes. I'll zoom in even more so those are even clearer to do. I'm pretty sure I haven't used these yet. I can't 100% remember, but I don't think I have. So I'll show you where to type them in right now, and probably we'll get to see what they are because I do not think I've used them. So you go in here, you click on your avatar, you go to Settings, you go to Redeem Code, this key over here, you go Please Enter Code. Actually, these are not case sensitive, but I'll just type it like this. So it's Happy Xmas. I hope I haven't done it yet. Yes, redemption successful. It will go to your mailbox. Let's just do the other one while we're in here. And then it was 2023 Best Wishes. Let's do that. I definitely haven't done that one. Redemption successful. I wait, guys. I'm patient because I want to do it on video for y'all. If you go here now to your settings, to your toolbox or whatever, you can go to mail. You'll have a notification, and there you go. So this is the second one. This is the brand new one. I think a lot of people have not used this one yet. The other one's been out for like 2 days. This one is brand spanking new. This is going to be 2 rare summoning crystals, 10 auto battles, and a little bit of energy, a little bit of stamina. Why not? We'll happily claim that. And then if we go over here, 2 more summoning crystals. This is from the Merry Xmas one. The Happy Xmas. That's going to be 2 more rare summoning crystals and an epic skill crystal. So that's not going to help maybe very endgame players, but it's going to help almost everyone. That even helps me, right? I still have epics I'm skilling up. That's fantastic. So all in all, that's 4 rare summoning crystals. That's an epic skill crystal. That is 10 auto battles, and this is going to come out to, it's a small pot, right? So it's going to be 60 stamina. So lovely stuff. Thank you to Moonton, and go use those codes. Thank you, sir. And I know you're hungry for more data, so hopefully people help you out. I hope this video helps us. Guys, I hope you're interested in the project. Share it with your friends. You don't even have to share the video. Like I said, just share the form. The link to the original video explaining everything and the form will be in the description of the video and the top pinned comment. Thank you so much. If you like it, get in the comments. You can share it with your mother if she plays the game. But otherwise, this is maybe one you can, enjoy the holiday with her. Don't bother her with my videos. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Fastidious.